franchise avantajları ve girişimcilere sağladığı katma değer konulu konuşmalarını yapmak üzere Wyndham Hotels and Resorts Başkanı Sayın Dimitris Manikis'i kürsüye davet ediyorum. Alkışlarla Dimitris Manikis geliyorlar. Yes, finally you're here.
Merhaba, yeah,
hoş
finally I made
geldiniz.
it. Okay, so, good afternoon, everyone. Oh, wow, I'm really sorry. I was supposed to be here at 2 o'clock. I flew, so I was in Warsaw. I was in Prague yesterday. My flight from Prague to Warsaw was canceled, to Istanbul was canceled. I had to go through Warsaw. I missed the connection flight to Istanbul, and I'm here. So I'm really glad that I'm here. So I made it. Straight from the airport. So let's see if we have any energy. So my name is Dimitris Manikis. I am the president for Europe, Middle East, Eurasia, and Africa for Wyndham Hotels and Resorts. And I have to apologize because I don't speak Turkish. So I'm going to do this in English. I have to admit, we have such an amazing business in Turkey. So about 3 years ago, I live in London, I hired a Turkish teacher so I can start learning the language. But then COVID came, I learned the basics, and I decided that I have to go back to English because apparently I couldn't do it in such a short time. So, a few things about Wyndham. For those of you who do not know Wyndham, we're the largest hotel franchise company in the world. We've got about 9,100 hotels. We're present in 95 countries, and we've got 24 brands. And please do not ask me to name the brands because I've only made it publicly to number 9. So don't embarrass me to say, okay, tell me all your 24 brands because I will not remember them. Okay, so please don't do that. We have a presence in 95 countries, which is a really spectacular accomplishment, bearing in mind that there are about 190 countries around the world. And the most important thing for us as a business, we've got about 105 million members in our Wyndham Rewards. And what is more important is we've got 6,000 hotel owners. So we do business with big institutions, we do business with brands, and we do business with private equity and big real estate firms. But the majority of our power is our 6,000 owners, individual owners that exist around the world. And since I'm here, I would like to take the opportunity and thank you all, and thank you Turkey for what they have done for Wyndham, because you will see what Turkey means to us. We are the largest international hotel brand in Turkey. We have more than 100 hotels. We have 10 brands, 15,000 rooms. And for us, Turkey, the last 12 years, has been an amazing market. And on behalf of Wyndham Hotels and Resorts, I would like to thank your country for everything that you've done for us. So you have been very welcoming, and thank you very much for making us, as I said, the biggest hotel brand in Turkey. So thank you very much. I have to remember that I have to say Turkey and not Turkey. So sometimes I will move from Turkey to Turkey. So please forgive me, but I will get there. I will remember that it's Turkey and not Turkey. So how did we do it? We did it for two particular reasons. We did it because we have an amazing team. We did it because there are some amazing owners in Turkey. And we did it because in the last 10 years, this country has moved enormous steps in the international markets. You are now one of the biggest markets in the world in terms of arrivals. The work that your Ministry of Tourism throughout the last 10, 15 years have done in promoting Turkey has helped all of us, and it's not just about Wyndham, it's about every single brand, international brand that does business in your country. So, but I'm here to talk to you not about Wyndham. I'm here to talk to you about franchising. And I want to ask you a question. How many in the room do not know ChatGPT or artificial intelligence? Who hasn't heard about artificial intelligence? Everybody knows about what artificial intelligence is and ChatGPT? So, I did a test yesterday. Where is my phone? Anyway, I left it there. So I did a test, and I said, ChatGPT, what are the benefits of franchising for the hospitality industry? And he gave me 5 different ways why franchising and reasons why franchising is so important. And because one thing that I have to tell you about me, which is a bit personal, I'm dyslexic, so I don't like slides and I don't like scripts. They confuse me and they make me extremely nervous. So I decided I'm not going to follow the slides. I'm not going to follow the script, because if you go on ChatGPT, you will find out exactly what franchising means for hospitality. I will tell you the journey of Wyndham and why, for us, it is so important that we introduced franchising in Turkey. And if you go back 15 years, there were 2 brands here in Turkey, Dedeman and Divan, that have actually started building a school of professionals. Those 2 local brands, they've created the basis of people who would then go and become the general managers of the future. Some of you might know, some of you might not know, that today there are more Turkish GMs around the world than ever before. Why? Because through franchising and through the local brands and the way they have grown the business, you created an amazing group of people who are now all over the world managing hotels for either brands or for individual owners. So why franchising? So what happened and franchising grew in this country? A number of reasons. First of all, the infrastructure development. Your second tier and third tier cities, they become more and more important. The development of your airports, the development of your railway, the development of the roads, the infrastructure. What actually done, it actually provided access to millions of people, and then the brands came in and said, wow, look at this, we can be in Diyarbakir, or we can be anywhere. It's not just about Istanbul, Ankara, or Izmir anymore. And then, the most important thing of all in franchising is people. Because in the last 15 years, Turkey has created an enormous amount of professionals who now can take over individual hotels, it allowed companies like ours to go into franchising, and because we had the right audience, and the owners of the properties actually had the right stuff to actually bring and work for them. There is always going to be management. But franchising, if you look at all the big brands in the world, they're all going gradually into franchising. Why? Because people are available. The knowledge that you have created in Turkey with the new general managers and the way those general managers are running the properties are now far more evident than what it was 15 years ago. And there was one other thing that has actually helped Wyndham to grow the franchise model in Turkey. The fact that a lot of the owners who are moving away from textile, they're moving away from energy business, they're moving away from all sorts of other industries, they go into hospitality. They realized the long-term benefit of hospitality. When these people start building their hotels, when start building amazing properties, not just in, as I said, not just in Izmir, in Ankara or Istanbul, and they went to tier 2 and tier 3 cities, they've actually created the need of international brands. And you need an international brand. We, as Wyndham, we are the experts in franchising. We have some amazing brands that people wanted to use. So you get the right owner, you get the right brand, you get the right general manager, the right professionals, and then you have a successful model. That to me is why, that's the main reason why franchising in this country has actually developed so much. And there is enormous future, because if you look around you, most of the big brands now, they're actually more active in franchising than than anything else. If you ask me how many hotels does Wyndham own out of the 9,100, guess what? 0. We're a complete asset-light business. Out of the 9,100 hotels around the world, we own 0 hotels. And it's not just us. I think Marriott and Hilton and Accor and ISG and a lot of other brands are going down that route. Why? Because franchising in the last 15 years became one of the fastest growing trends in hospitality. Will there always be hotel management agreements and brands managing hotels? Of course there will always be. But the more talent comes into a business, the more talent comes into a market, the more people will go into franchising, because there will be people who are going to be capable of managing those hotels. So for us in Turkey, what is important? What does our franchising system do? And I don't want to make this a sales pitch for Wyndham. It actually applies to all franchises. It gives you access to a community of millions and millions of members around the world who are the Wyndham Rewards members. It gives you access to suppliers. It gives you access to technology. We invest in technology more money than anybody can actually imagine. Why? Because we do know that the future of hospitality is in technology. If you look at Booking.com and the amount of money that Booking.com spends with Google, you're gonna really have a real bad headache, because they spend more than $1.5 billion and more with Google, and no one can actually match those numbers. So what hotel brands like us do in a franchising world, we actually invest in technology. We invest in our Wyndham Rewards. We are investing in new ways to actually bring members and clients into the country. And it's not just about the brand, it's about the destination as well. How do you work with the destination on a franchise model to make sure that 105 million Wyndham Rewards members do know about Turkey and the 100+ hotels that we have in the country? That is the most important thing, and that's the value that franchise brings to a country. The other things that I wanna talk to you about is innovation, employment, sustainability. I haven't been in any conference since COVID that the word sustainability hasn't actually been mentioned. And ladies and gentlemen, I know that it's gonna be expensive, because the big question is, who's gonna pay for it? I know it's gonna be tough. It's a marathon, it's not a sprint. So it's gonna take time, but sustainability and how the brands in the franchise model actually help owners to work around the sustainable hospitality is going to be one of the top conversations that are going to happen in the next few years. We have Wyndham Green. With Wyndham Green, we actually help hotel owners to build a sustainable future for their properties and for their employees. So sustainability is a key component of what franchising and management, for that matter, actually brings. The other thing, and I wanna finish with that comment. Every single model in hospitality has an enormous potential. Why? Because hospitality is here to stay. There's a number of things that franchising brings to the country as well. In the next 5 years, there will be 300 million Indians that are going to travel around the world that they don't travel today. We are among the biggest hotel groups in India. Guess what we do? We generate demand for those 300 million Indians when they travel around the world to actually be and stay at one of our properties. Now, can we put 300 million Indians in one hotel? Not really, but the reality is you use your franchise model to actually introduce the source markets to new destinations. Last year, or this year, we had the best year ever in hospitality without the Chinese market, without the 120 million Chinese that they actually traveled in 2019. So, one thing that is for sure, franchise, management, man size, brand, no brand, there's only one thing sure. The hospitality industry is stronger than ever. People don't travel because they need to, because they have to. Travel is a necessity, it's not a luxury. And I think that this is the biggest message that I want to give you. I was in Prague, I was in Warsaw, I was in Malta for the Mediterranean Tourism Forum last week. I've never seen so many people excited and passionate about hospitality ever in my life. And I've been in this business about 35 years, so that tells you how old I am. But yeah, it's amazing times. You're a franchise business, you're a managed business, you're a brand, local brand, international brand. It doesn't actually matter. What it matters is that this is the best industry to be in, and it has an enormous future. So, and for us, as I said in the beginning, I would like to thank Turkey, because without your country, something which probably you don't know, and it wasn't one of my slides, Turkey is the 5th largest international market for Wyndham. The 5th largest international market. And that's an enormous accomplishment for a country that 10 years ago, we had a very small presence. So I want to thank my team who've actually made it happen. I want to thank so many of you in the room, because you've embraced, and I can see some people that we do business with, that you've embraced the Wyndham brands and the Wyndham way of doing business. But as I said, it's not just about Wyndham. It's about hospitality overall. I think we are in the best industry in the world. And no matter what the challenges, no matter what the geopolitical issues, no matter what every single day that we have more problems and more challenges to work on, we are here to stay, and this industry is going to grow like never before. So I would like to thank you for giving me the opportunity. I'm really sorry I was late, but please, if you really want to know the value of franchising, ask ChatGPT, because that's the way technology is going to help us for the future. It won't replace the smiles, it won't replace the people, but it will tell us a lot of things of how we can do things better. So I would like to talk to Secular, and I will see you later. Thank you.